Alright Liam, where are
I've never seen my car be driven before. Yeah, so we're at Treadworx. We're getting the front end sussed out. Nathan's going to see what he can do.
Wowzers. Hey, way out. Yeah, 145 grams. This wheel is way too far in. Right. To the point where you're dragging it through the corner.
So how many mil was it out?
18 mil out. The toe in, so it's towed in 20 mil. Should be 2.
We also head over to James's to where he's put a newly rebuilt Detroit locker in the Hilux.
So as you may know, I have had issues with this car in the front end, a few different things. So I've done the swivel hubs on this side twice. Did it when we first got it because there was no oil in the diff because it all leaked out. So did the swivel hubs the first time, lasted about not even a month and then started leaking again. And so like, great. So we did this side again, used trail safe axle seals and they have not worked either. It is still leaking. We also, while we're in there, messed around with the kingpin shims to better locate the knuckle on the diff so that it sits, so that the axle sits properly aligned. And that's half the issue. The other half of the issue is these tires. These were brand new 15,000 Ks ago. And this tire has probably about 2 mil of tread. These should last 80,000 Ks, but these have done 15,000 Ks and they're absolutely ruined. So the car's been running out of whack for ages. Yeah, so today we're gonna try figure out a few of the issues that we've been having with the front end. We're gonna be heading down to Treadworx to see Nathan there, and he's gonna help us. He's gonna diagnose if my diff is bent, because that's the suspicion. That's my guess at what's wrong with it, because there's that much misalignment. But who knows? It may just be something that he can fix, doing a alignment, that sort of thing. He knows patrols. He knows what he's looking at. So we're gonna get the verdict from him, and then we'll be able to tell whether this thing's gonna need a whole new diff housing. It's very slow.
Alright Liam, where are
I've never seen my car be driven before. Yeah, so we're at Treadworx. We're getting the front end sussed out. Nathan's going to see what he can do, see if he can figure out if the diff's bent or whatever. See what happens. See what he can figure out. He knows more than I do, so he's got the tools to do it. I was actually just looking at it. It actually looked like then the tie rod was rotating when he was turning.
That one's worn on such an angle it'll always try and pull it left. Yeah, it does pull left side, yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to rotate the tyres and
He's going to do front to back and then do an alignment, but he should be able to tell whether there's any major variations in like caster and toe in and camber and stuff like that. He should be able to pick up if there's anything really wrong, or in worst case, should be able to hopefully pick up if there's bent differentials, housings, things like that. So we'll just see.
Wowzers. Hey, way out. Yeah, 145 grams combined. That's, did you notice any vibration?
No, not. Oh, actually, yeah, normally no. I don't know, I feel like lately there's certain times when I feel the ever so slightest, but I'm never sure if it's just the road surface. Like, it's not really, like, what can cause them to go so far out of alignment?
Just heavy wear.
Oh, yeah.
They're better with no weights than they were with the weights.
Yeah, right.
After rebalancing the wheels, Nathan then set the patrol up for a wheel alignment, where we would find out just how out of whack it had become.
That'll do it. Towing 20 mil.
What's the factory towing meant to be?
It will tell me in a second. I reckon it'll be about 3-4 mil towing.
Shit, so that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, so that's heaps. As you go to turn around the corner, this wheel is way too far in, right? To the point where you're dragging it through the corner.
That's why
and that's why you were getting the squealing. Yeah. And that's where you're getting the tyre wear on this crazy angle, sharp end. You might actually find that economy, real world economy, is measurably affected. To the point where it could cost you a litre and a half per 100.
Shit.
Because the car's having to work harder to push the front wheels. The front wheels are being They're not freely sort of,
I'm just surprised, just because I only got it aligned so recently when they first went on. I'm just surprised it's come out so much, or whether they've even done it properly. I don't know.
So how many mil was it out?
18 mil out. The towing, so it was towed in 20 mil. Should be 2.
in the days, worse things. I mean, it's nice to find something blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
That way you know.
So do you don't reckon diff housing could be an issue?
Well, here, I'll take it in 2 seconds once it goes up.
Yeah. Because I used the trail safe interaction seals when I last did the civil hubs, but this one's right side's been fine, but the left side's just, and we even put a bit of like silicone seal around the outside as well, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did it go in tight or?
The seal?
Yeah.
On the outside it's fine. We think it's worn on the inside around the axle, but that's what made us think whether it was running out of, like, wasn't true with the diff, the carrier bearings and the diff.
Bang on, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
If
then,
anything,
at least.
driver side's registering is positive.
Positive.
So,
yeah, okay.
Like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's no, your caster is at sort of your maximum tolerance even.
Yeah.
So it's really just come down to the toe. Now the fact that none of this is adjustable, leads me to believe that it's one of these things. It's kind of like the factory drag links in the coil ones. When you lift it, when you align it, where the steering wheel ends up is where it ends up.
Yeah, my drag link's bent as well, slightly.
Yeah.
So it used to sit, before I put the lift in, because it was a sagged stock, the steering wheel would sit like that on the freeway, and then since I put the lift in, it's actually straightened it back out. So,
right. Now, would like to think, compared to what it was, you should be driving like an F1.
awesome. Rolls Royce. I'm surprised, maybe I just don't know what a good car drives like, although I probably don't drive in a GQ anyway, so. But yeah, with all the out of balance wheels and that, I must have felt like shit on the road.
Alrighty.
Thanks so much, Nathan,
Yeah,
for doing
yeah,
that.
no stress.
That's huge help.
No worries. Yeah, well hopefully it should be a lot better now.
Yeah.
Just won't chop out your tyres anymore.
Yeah, well, at this stage I'll be going for a set of 35 bodies soon anyway. Well, until I get a turbo actually, because I reckon it'll be too slow otherwise.
Yeah.
So, I need to be able to.
You know what ratios are you running, do you know?
Yeah, 4.3s I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
what,
sure that's what the leak is.
that's what I changed mine to 3.9s to 4.3s over
Yeah,
COVID.
okay. Yeah. Which way does it? 4.6, does that make your revs lower or higher on the like if you're cruising?
It'll rev higher.
Rev higher, that's right.
But obviously,
but you
like,
get more torque.
Yeah, more torque off the
that's it.
bottom.
Yeah, that's it.
And it closes the gap with your ratios as well.
Yeah, okay.
So the problem I have is like second to third, there's a huge gap.
Yeah,
You know,
okay,
and I find a lot of the time, like especially if you're trying to clear your lugs. Like we had it the other day, like on Saturday, like up at Narbathon, where we were just sort of red clay, wet hills, trying to clear the lugs. Second's not enough. You just on the bop, just and you're like starting to get a bit warm and stuff, and then you hit third and it's just you know, you're like nice to be able to get it into third and keep it, but
yeah, mine's a bit the same. It must just be those 5-speed gearboxes because these are the same between the pedis, I think.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a guy with the Cruiser, a guy with a bit of an 80 and that, he said the 80s and 105s are the same as well, big gap.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some reasoning behind. I don't know what it is,
that's
but
it, yeah.
yeah. So, but no, when I was running those with 3.9s, I basically deleted fifth gear. So I never got into fifth gear. I'd sit on the highway doing 110 in fourth, and I was still only doing 2,500.
Yeah.
And if you try, if you try to put it in
That's
fifth,
fine,
you just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, right.
But cool. All right, well, I gotta go align Land Cruisers now. So.
Yeah. No, thanks so much, Nathan. Yeah, it's awesome stuff.
Easy. Yeah, well, let us know how it goes.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Well, I'll be able to tell pretty soon whether they're still feathering us bad.
Yeah.
So I'll see how the track's on the way home.
All right, well,
cheers, Nathan.
We'll see you around.
Yeah.
So yeah, huge thanks to Nathan down at Treadworx here in Lilydale. Great bloke, knows what he's talking about. He's a four-wheel driver himself, so yeah, loves them all. And yeah, highly recommend him. He's good. I trust him working on my car. That's it.
And you don't have many people working on your car.
Well, that's it. I do. I only take my car in to do things that I can't do myself, and getting a wheel alignment is one of those things. And so I'm glad that I can take it to him. So, Treadworx Lilydale. Yeah, this is our first bit of straight road where I can actually get high speed and straight as an arrow. So, the proof is in the pudding. The only time will tell when we can start to see whether the tyres are still feathering poorly, but I feel like now that Nathan's sort of done his thing, we should be looking a lot better.
While James was getting the diff rebuild, he actually found out that it was a Detroit locker differential, which is a 100% automatic locking differential, which essentially allows a Hilux to be locked 24/7. This makes it basically a weapon off-road, really. So we were pretty excited to get this thing in and see how it performed.
First try.
That's good. Yeah, it is. As you can see, both wheels are locking up well and we're getting pretty excited.